What's up, guys? Back at it with more Kaiju number 8 today. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff, but we got to get into it because we got chapter 59, and we actually start off with a flashback. A quick one, but one that goes back to the day that number 6 attacked. Yes. Okay, yes. Anyway, we have Hikari there, Shinomiya's mother, Kikuru's mother. Anyway, she's getting a report about how they've been able to shoot down a couple of the Yoju, but the Honju, it's still proving impervious to their effects. Hikari goes on to say, good work. It's basically like the king of the Kaiju. And oh goodness, just the panels of this thing. And we also learn out later in the chapter that those Yoju, those were Honju class threats. Don't forget, Yoju are simply the Kaiju that emerge with the main large threat that is considered the Honju. Those Yoju can still be typical Honju level threats. You typically just don't see that because the main Honju in that case has to be so ridiculously powerful that something that would be considered a Honju has to be sitting back there like, oh no, don't worry about it, you good. I'm back here being a backup dancer. You Beyonce, get it girl, I'm just happy to be here, okay? Like, that is what they're doing in this case. So we end up going over to the Matsumoto base with the 4th Division Captain, Jugo Ogata. And he's sitting there talking about how they've stuck him with a problem child. The problem child being Reno Ichikawa, because of the whole, possibly being the wielder or future wielder of number 6, or the numbered weapons made from number 6. Yeah, he's going on talking about how much of a monster number 6 was. Not only number 6, but the snowstorm that rolled into town that day are both ingrained in people's memories as a symbol of despair. I can only imagine why. So yeah, he also goes over the fact that the 2nd Division, led by Captain Hikari, Kikuru's mother, intercepted the Kaiju at whatever city it was, I can't remember the name. Eventually, the 1st Division was able to come in and help finish the job, but this obviously resulted in many casualties, including Hikari Shinomiya. He also says, and now we're trying to push this off onto a teenager. At this point, somebody comes in telling him that said teenager, Reno Ichikawa, is ready for the exam, test, whatever, to begin. We go over and we see Reno in this little setup, gig thing, gear, whatever. Also, cut back to another flashback. This one didn't happen anywhere near as long ago. It's the captain going over this with Reno, asking him, do you know about the numbered weapons? Reno says, I mean, I've heard of them, but I've never seen them. I don't really, know about them. The captain goes on to tell him that they give the user the ability to dispose of a Dai Kaiju 1v1 if handled properly, but due to the immense strain on the body and the immense power, the users usually die rather quickly before getting discharged, not only to the physical strain, but also being on the battlefield so often, being in such high-level battles. He also eventually goes on to state that while this goes against what he should do as a member of the defense force, he tells Reno he should turn the offer down, because he honestly thinks it is too much for this kid. He thinks Reno's just gonna die if he goes down this path. But this is manga, baby. This is shonen. This is what we do. And of course Reno is going to step up. Of course he is. But he's also going to get knocked back down a little bit, let's be entirely honest. But cutting back to the present, Reno thinks about how he heard Kafka is a part of the Defense Forces lineup as Kaiju number 8 now. So he thinks, what about his dreams? Who's going to save him? So he tells them, please proceed. And the captain can tell he has quite the fire in his eyes. But they start this process, they start the test. The captain says, send for a stretcher. This is when we see the image of number 6 just drop its head down right in front of Ichikawa. Reno is about to shit himself. He's just sitting there like, what is this? Out. This kid is done. Not dead, but he is slept like nobody's business. And he thinks, so this is what you've been dealing with this whole time. Huh, sir? Talking about Kafka. You can imagine what it's like to wear a weapon, a numbered weapon, to experience the presence, the force of a kaiju that way. Kafka has one inside of him. That could either be much better through a symbiotic relationship, or much worse, okay? So yeah, just crazy to think about. But he starts to wake up and Furuhashi's there freaking out like, oh my god, my buddy, my friend, my pal, my lover, I mean, my friend, my buddy, my best friend. What did I say back there? Anyway, are you okay? So yeah, he's freaking out. Either way, the captain's also there and he's like, do you see what it means to wear a number weapon now? Don't forget, that was just the arms. Imagine wearing the entire suit and wielding the weapon. Try to think. Try to imagine what that must be like. I still think you should turn this offer down. And even after experiencing this, of course, Reno is steadfast. Reno is going to continue, and he tells the captain as such. He's not going to back down. He's going to do this. And I absolutely cannot wait. Whoo, I cannot wait for that first moment where we get Reno and he can actually use the suit and the weapon properly. It is going to be absolutely fire, even though I think there's going to be some ice or cold abilities kind of in there. Once again, I think I've said this before, but don't forget, Reno was like, man, I really like the feeling of using these freezing rounds. Also, what happened the day that, number 6 rolled into town? A freak snowstorm. Huh. Both of them kind of involve cold freezing things. Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing on what kind of powers we might expect. One can only hope. It's going to be so awesome. I can't wait. This chapter was super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to go down in the comments. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I love talking to you guys. I respond to pretty much every single one of them. So I'll see you guys down there. I'm out.